Losing a father is never easy, but when that father is also a lifelong hero, the grief feels almost indescribable. For Campbell Hatton, son of the legendary Ricky Hatton, the pain of such a loss carried with it a profound mixture of admiration and heartbreak. Ricky was not just the celebrated boxing icon adored by thousands around the world. He was also the heart of his family. Campbell remembered him not only for his victories in the ring but also for the lessons he instilled at home. Lessons about love, humility, discipline, and perseverance. Growing up in Ricky's household meant witnessing the side of him fans rarely saw. While the public knew the hitman as a ferocious competitor, Campbell knew him as the father who filled the room with laughter, offered unwavering support, and celebrated even the smallest triumphs of his children. Ricky never let success change his priorities. He was always dad first, reminding his family that their bond was more important than fame or belts. To Campbell, the true legacy his father left behind was not only in boxing history, but in the example of how to face life's challenges with courage and compassion. In his tribute, Campbell promised to live in a way that would make his father proud, carrying forward the strength, kindness, and values Ricky had passed down. Born on January 9, 2001, in Lancashire, England, Campbell grew up surrounded by the aura of boxing greatness. His father Ricky was a two-division world champion whose relentless fighting style and magnetic personality had captured the hearts of fans. His uncle, Matthew Hatton, was also a respected European champion, further cementing the Hatton family name in British boxing lore. With such lineage, many assumed Campbell would naturally follow in their footsteps. Carrying the Hatton surname opened doors, but it also brought heavy expectations. Even so, his childhood was not marked by pressure. While boxing was ever present, Campbell's parents allowed him to find his own path. He grew up in a community that revered his father, and by the time he considered a career in boxing, his last name already carried global recognition. That recognition was both a blessing and a challenge. Supporters looked forward to seeing him fight, while critics questioned if he could ever escape his father's shadow. In early 2021, Campbell took the leap into professional boxing. His debut fight came on March 27, 2021, on one of the biggest stages possible, the undercard of the Alexander Povetkin vs. Dillian Whyte rematch. The spotlight was bright, the anticipation immense, yet Campbell held his ground, defeating Spain's Jesus Ruiz on points. It was not a flashy knockout, but it was the start of his journey. Just months later, he fought again on the undercard of Anthony Joshua vs. Alexander Usyk, another global event. Against Sonny Martinez, he secured another points victory, though not without controversy. Some believed Martinez deserved the win, sparking debate and highlighting the scrutiny Campbell would constantly face. In December of that year, he silenced some doubts by earning his first stoppage victory against Attila Siriklai of Hungary. Scoring a knockout helped prove that he was developing power and confidence, qualities essential for any professional fighter. The following year saw Campbell busier than ever, taking on opponents across multiple venues. In February 2022, he stopped Joe Ducker in the 6th round at London's O2 Arena, displaying growth in skill and composure. He followed with victories over Ezekiel Gregors, Michael Dufek, and Dennis Bardas, with the Bardas fight ending in a quick first-round knockout in Abu Dhabi that November. By 2023, Campbell began shaping an identity of his own. He knocked out Lewis Fielding in the first round in April and secured another stoppage win over Michael Bulick in May. He then defeated Tom Ansell by points in August, showing he could adapt to longer bouts. Later in October, he fought Jamie Sampson in Liverpool, winning after Sampson was disqualified for persistent holding. While unconventional, the win preserved Campbell's unbeaten streak. The year 2024, however, brought his toughest tests. In March, he faced James Flint for the Central Area Light Welterweight title in Sheffield. After 10 grueling rounds, Campbell suffered his first professional defeat by unanimous decision. The loss was a heavy blow, breaking his unbeaten record and revealing areas he needed to improve. Determined, he faced Flint again in October at Manchester's Co-op Live Arena, but the result was the same: another unanimous decision loss. Consecutive defeats were difficult to swallow, and they forced Campbell to take a hard look at his career and future. By March 2025, he made a pivotal change. He appointed his father, Ricky Hatton, as his trainer. It seemed a natural partnership, blending Ricky's vast experience with the trust and bond between father and son. The move was meant to revitalize Campbell's career, offering him the kind of guidance only Ricky could provide. But the direction changed unexpectedly just months later. In July 2025, Ricky revealed that Campbell had decided to retire from professional boxing altogether. At just 24 years old, the decision came earlier than most had anticipated. Yet for Campbell, after the highs and lows of his journey, stepping away felt like the right choice. His career concluded with a professional record of 16 fights, 14 wins and 2 defeats. Among his victories, 5 came by knockout, 8 by decision, and 1 by disqualification. His only losses were to James Flint, both in 2024. Along the way, he fought at some of the sport's most iconic venues, including the O2 Arena in London, Manchester Arena, and even international sites like Abu Dhabi and Bilbao. Though brief, his career was eventful, marked by both promise and setbacks. Beyond the ring, Campbell maintained a down-to-earth personality rooted in his Lancashire upbringing. A devoted Manchester City supporter, he often wore the club's logo on his fight shorts, proudly displaying his allegiance. This connection to his football club reflected his identity beyond boxing and endeared him further to fans who shared the same passion. Financially, Campbell Hatton built an estimated net worth of around $3 million. His earnings came not only from boxing purses but also from endorsements and business ventures outside the sport. His financial stability ensured that, even after stepping away from competition, he could explore opportunities in other fields. Though Campbell's career may never have matched the world championship heights of his father, it held its own importance. His journey symbolized resilience, self-discovery, and the courage to step into a world that constantly measured him against a legend. He faced the pressures of expectation, tasted both triumph and defeat, and ultimately chose to leave on his own terms. Campbell Hatton's story reminds us that not all legacies are measured in belts or global titles. For him, success was found in carrying his family's name into the ring, proving his willingness to face the challenge, and learning from the victories and defeats along the way. His retirement in 2025 marked the end of one chapter but left the door open for future endeavors, whether inside boxing in a different role or in an entirely new path beyond the ropes. In the end, Campbell's journey was not just about boxing. It was about family, identity, and finding strength in the lessons his father left behind. Ricky Hatton may forever be remembered as the hitman, but for Campbell, he will always be Dad, the champion whose greatest victory was the life and love he shared with his family. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and kindly subscribe for more videos like this.